taken out of context. You guys have always, and gals, have always, put the whole quote down, the context it was giving it, to where people can see what I am for. And when we get people talking about, who do you want to run against, how are you going to do this, it's like, let me tell you what I'm running for. I am running for the November election to actually do the right things for this country. I don't care who else's name's on the ballot. That doesn't change what I'm for, and that's what I want people to vote for.
Well, you just answered the follow-up question I was going to ask, which is whether you're going to run a campaign against somebody or for different values. So the next question I have is, how can you win in that district, which is fairly conservative and has a fairly high Republican registration?
You sound like one of those folks, and I'm sorry, but I get this question, and it's
sure
the people who in 2005 were telling me, oh, you're going to run in the 4th Congressional District? Have fun. Dems raise, their names on the ballot, they don't run a real campaign, and, why bother? And I refuse to accept that. So by the 2006 election, I got within 3 points of winning. And I did it with my wife, my son, my daughter, and all these people in the district who suddenly realized I was giving them something to be for. We're back to, they'd had enough of being against things. I was actually giving people something in the district to be for. I got like, we'll say, we get into the labeling, but everybody wants to know, okay, I got the Democratic vote, I got 70% of the decline to state vote, I got about 22% of the Republican vote. I about beat an 8-term, now 9-term incumbent that traditionally spends $1 million, and just by getting out there being positive and giving people something to vote for, I about beat him.
So
I've convinced him not to run for re-election now.
Right.
They've done a statewide talent search to try and find somebody, and we did cover this early, to try and find somebody they think has a record of doing enough things for this country with the background in, farming, national defense. I've been involved in banking, and while I've been in the Air Force, I've been a budget officer. I've been and worked in, environmental cleanup and different things. Military gave me this wonderful background of things to be for and to get results. And it's all back to this, telling people, I want to go back to Washington and get results. None of the problems we talk about are new. I mean, you give me, one problem that's on the national agenda, it's there because people failed to take action 5 years ago, 10 years ago, in some cases 30 years ago. The politicians talked about it and they didn't fix the problem. It got off the headlines, so they let it go. And when I look at, I go back to the Vietnam Wall when I'm in Washington, and I go look at the names on it, and I see the names of 2 of my friends that died in helicopter crashes because of faulty parts in 1975. And then I talked to a Gold Star mom on Thursday whose son died in a helicopter crash in Afghanistan because of a faulty part, and nothing's been done to the contractor. It's why 32 years later, hasn't that problem been solved of our tax dollars are going to contractors who are not providing what our troops need. Just like they didn't get what they needed in New Orleans or so many other instances. Let's fix the problems.